What do your downloads contain? Each of our hypnosis downloads starts with a short introduction, followed by 15 to 30 minutes of hypnotic session. You'll notice in the hypnotic sessions that we use pauses, sometimes up to 15 seconds. And this is to give your mind time to process the information of a big idea or make a psychological adjustment before moving on. We don't use any music or background sounds in our sessions, because although relaxation is an important part of hypnosis, focus is more important, and music and other sounds can distract the attention from the content of the spoken message. And of course, one person's Beethoven is another's intolerable racket. Where is the best place to listen to my download? As long as you've somewhere comfortable, like your bed or a nice comfy chair, where you can relax and won't be disturbed whilst listening to the session, then that's perfect. However, some people have told us that they enjoy listening to downloads when working, say at their computer, because it keeps them relaxed. So experiment, but of course avoid situations where it's important that you maintain concentration, such as when driving. Is there a best time of day to listen to my download? When we asked this question to our Uncommon Knowledge Facebook page, we got a huge range of answers showing just how personal this is. But my favourite was from a woman who would set her alarm half an hour early in the morning, then listen to a hypnosis download before she got up. Personally, I like to experience hypnosis either mid-morning, just after lunch, or mid-afternoon, because I find that these are the times when I naturally space out a little. There's a really interesting fact about the way your brain works, which can guide you about when to use your download. You see, your brain naturally goes into right hemispheric dominance every 90 minutes to 120 minutes, and this is known as the ultradian rhythm. When this happens, at night you enter REM sleep and dream, and when it happens during the day, you experience a shift in your focus of attention to a more sort of daydreamy state. We often override this natural pattern with coffee or stress-fueled adrenaline, but sometimes it's great to use these natural dips in your day to experience refreshing hypnosis. And of course, there are certain common sense preparations that you need to make, in that if you're expecting a phone call or noisy kids to come home or the Rolling Stones to turn up and do a live concert in your living room, that might not be the time to listen. That said, I sometimes listen to a download while I'm working at my computer. Even though I'm focusing on something else, my brain relaxes and it seems to help my creativity. And it goes without saying that you shouldn't do this if you're driving or any time where it's important that you maintain concentration. How often should I listen to my download? Well, to an extent, that depends on your needs. Some people find that they get what they need from just listening once to their download, but continue to listen to their selected download to reinforce the changes, or because they just love to relax so much. But as a general rule, we recommend that you listen to your session once a day for a week, then after that just as often as you feel you need to, until you get the benefits that you're looking for. However, if you want to listen to it more than once a day, then that's no problem with that. Once you've got what you want and need from the session, you can listen to it occasionally when you need to have a top-up, or as I say, simply to enjoy the relaxation. I've got more than one download. How should I use them? Often people get several downloads that all support the same goal, such as the one from our hypnosis packs. And with these, we recommend that you listen to them on consecutive days. So you might listen to one download, say on Monday, download 2 on Tuesday, download 3 on Wednesday, download 4 on Thursday, I think you know where I'm going with this, download 5 on Friday, and start the cycle again. Once you've listened through after one cycle, you may find you want to focus more on some titles than others, and that's fine. If one of your concerns is more pressing than the others, for example, you have that presentation coming up next Saturday, then shelve the others for a while and just listen to the session that relates to the upcoming event. If you've brought a 10-step course, follow the guidelines that you'll find in the introduction in the ebook. If you bought several downloads which are not strictly related, we suggest that you focus on the most important issues for you, first of all, and work with no more than 1 or 2 at a time. So you might listen to 2 sessions a day, say one in the morning and one in the evening for a couple of weeks, or until you've achieved the results that you want. Then you could move on to another 2 for a couple of weeks and then rotate back to the first 2. Another way of doing it would be to spend half the week listening to related sessions each day, then the second half of the week listening to 2 others until you've got the results that you want. How quickly will I notice results? Results vary for everyone, so it's difficult to give you an exact answer as to when you'll start noticing a difference. Some people notice an improvement straight away, whilst others have to listen for longer to start seeing improvements. The important thing is to keep focused on the outcome that you're looking for, which your download will help you do. That way your unconscious mind gets a clear message about what it is that you want. Is it okay to fall asleep when I'm listening? Although the idea of sleep learning is an attractive one, I'm afraid that you'll need to be awake when listening to our hypnosis downloads. If you fall asleep every time you listen, then that's most likely a sign that you're short of sleep and need to sleep more. If you're specifically using a download to help you sleep, then of course it's right that you're asleep or soon to be asleep by the end of the session, but otherwise you need to stay out of sleep. One way to do this is to sit upright on a less comfortable chair or listen at a time of day when you're not naturally sleepy. But again, if you're sleep deprived, then your brain will tend to reclaim sleep whenever it gets the opportunity, which is a good indicator of just how important sleep is. How do I know if I'm actually hypnotized? Will it work if I can remember everything that is said or can't remember anything that was said? This is one of the most common questions that we get, and we've been getting it ever since we started teaching people hypnosis way back in 1998. People sometimes think that they couldn't have been properly hypnotized if they can remember what was said during the session, but they sometimes draw the same conclusion if they can't remember what was said, and then they tend to further conclude that they must have gone to sleep. The fact is, sometimes you'll have profoundly hypnotic experiences, and sometimes you'll feel as if you're just very relaxed. Contrary to popular belief, you don't actually become unconscious during hypnosis. Rather, you experience a parallel state of awareness that allows you to continue to be aware of your thoughts and where you are, but also allows your mind to glide inwards to realities beyond your immediate environment. It's quite normal to drift in and out and sometimes go very deeply, or more deeply than at other times. Many people who believe they weren't hypnotized because they can still hear everything have told us that, to their surprise, when they found themselves experiencing amazing changes that they wanted to get from the hypnosis, and they experience that later on. While you're listening to your download, you'll feel relaxed and perhaps a little daydreamy, and you may stop being aware of time passing. Afterwards, you may have no conscious recollection of the ideas and suggestions from the download session, and that's fine. Or you may be able to remember everything, and that's fine too. Will the positive effects of hypnosis wear off? This is a good question, but happily, having hypnosis isn't like getting a tan that fades in time. Really, hypnosis is about learning new things, but it doesn't feel like learning because it happens on an unconscious level. Rather than worrying about whether hypnotic benefits will wear off, I could ask, how many unexpected ripple effect benefits might you notice as a result of this one area of your life improving? Hypnosis can seem miraculous, and people are often amazed that a lifelong phobia or smoking habit can be cured in such a relatively short space of time. But another way of looking at it is that phobias, fears, and compulsive behaviors are often learned by the brain very fast in the first place, which means that, of course, the brain has the power to unlearn them fast as well. Hypnosis is the perfect way to do that. So a brief experience with a traumatic or therapeutic can have a lasting effect. Once you've overcome a phobia or blushing or shyness, then the experiences you have, once things have improved, help glue those changes into place even more strongly. Plus, once you've brought your download and saved it to your computer or whatever device you're using, you'll have it forever, so you can listen to it whenever you like in the future. So I hope what I've covered here has made everything around hypnosis clearer for you. I hope you have a great time benefiting from this natural and amazingly powerful tool. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the Hypnosis Downloads community area or on the Uncommon Knowledge Facebook page.